Welcome back to Mountain Connections, and right now we are checking in with Lindsey Hargett of LK Cooking. She's going to give us some fabulous grilling ideas for the 4th of July. Lindsey, thanks for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me again. This has been so much fun.
This is fun. It's fun to see you at home, out with your grill. How are things going?
Things have been really good. A little bit different, but adapting like everyone. So it's been fun.
Well, I wish I was there. That looks like a great setup, and your food is always delicious. Let's get started. What do you have for us?
Okay, so we are just going to. Sorry, I've got a dog barking inside because he knows I'm playing without him. I'm going to show you kind of some different grilling options because we always go to, burgers, hot dogs, ribs even sometimes, but we are going to talk about salmon today and vegetables because I feel like whenever you go to a barbecue or something like that, we kind of skip the vegetables. Sometimes you bring like a vegetable platter or something, but we're going to talk about how to do them on the grill. And this is really a no dish dinner too, so my favorite kind.
Oh, mine too. It looks absolutely delicious, nice and colorful. So where do you start first?
So what we're going to do first is we want to kind of prep all of our food. And we've got our salmon here. So you could do salmon, you could do another kind of fish. You really could do chicken as well, even steak. You could season like this and it would be delicious. So what we're going to do is we've got our salmon here already, and we're just going to put a little bit of oil. You see that I've got it on some foil here. Again, we're avoiding dishes at all costs. So we are just going to do a little bit of oil. And I've got a lemon pepper rub from Redmond Grill Salt that I love, but you could do just a little bit of like garlic and onion salt and some pepper and be good to go. So whatever seasoning you love, just go with that. And give it a good hearty like slathering with that seasoning. But now, to give it just a little bit extra, so I'm going to do a little bit of salt too, to give it a little bit of extra like brightness and everything, we are going to add some lemon as well. So to kind of play with the flavors in the lemon pepper seasoning. So we're going to zest our lemon a little bit, and that just gives it like a really good pop of flavor. Just a little bit over the top.
I'm curious, Lindsey, while you zest that lemon, how do you pick out a good piece of salmon? Do you have any advice for us?
Yes, so generally the more you spend on salmon, the better it's going to be. So, if you get something that's wild, instead of farm raised, it's going to be better. But one of the best ways is you can look at the color. If it's a really pale pink, there's not a lot of nutrients in that salmon. It's not going to taste as good. It's going to taste more fishy. So if you find a bright red salmon, that's the one you want to get.
Good to know. That's great advice. I always wonder about that, but it's looking better and better.
Mm-hmm. So we've got it all done now. I added a little bit of juice, and all you're going to do is you're going to move this to the grill, and you can put it, I've got my Traeger here, but you can put it on your smoker, you can put it on your grill. You want to put it on a piece of foil so that it doesn't stick to your grill, or you can put it on like cedar planks, which would be really good. And all you're going to do is move it, but you can see here that I've got one that's already done. And I love this because, like I said, no dishes, and so all you have to do is, get some tongs or a spoon and like scoop it out, and you can just serve right from your barbecue.
Oh, I love it. You're right. No dishes. You had it all ready to go, prepared, nice and easy. It's perfect.
Yes. So now we're going to move on to the vegetables because, like I said, we kind of ignore the vegetables when it comes to a grill because, you have some really like heavy foods, and so you bring like potato salad and chips and things like that. Sometimes you bring fruit, but I always find that we're missing the vegetables. And while sometimes vegetables can be a little bland, we're going to jazz them up a little, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to do that and still have a ton of flavor. So, like you said earlier, we've got a lot of color going on here. And I like to have everything cooking at the same time because I don't want to, be babysitting both of them. I want all my food done at the same time, all hot. And so you want to cut your vegetables accordingly. So if you think of things that cook faster, you want to cut them in bigger chunks. And things that cook a little bit slower or can handle the heat longer, they can be smaller. So we have got here, I've got some bell pepper, some onion, and then a couple kinds of squash, some zucchini and summer squash. The zucchini and summer squash are going to cook really fast, so I've cut them really big, and the bell pepper and the onion can handle a little more heat, and so I cut them smaller. I've left my mushrooms whole. And so how you're going to do this, you can put it on a piece of foil as well, or I've got this nifty grill basket, and you're just going to stack everything in there, just kind of pour it all in. And Dump it all in there. You can see how easy this is. Like I said, you can do it on like a piece of foil too if you don't have one of these. And all you have to do is kind of the same as the salmon. We want the flavors to coordinate with each other. So you're going to drizzle a little bit of oil. Give a good shake of your seasoning blend, whichever kind you like, really. Like, this is so flexible. And then I've got a little bit, you could do fresh garlic. I've got some garlic scapes that I got from the farmer's market, which is basically the same thing, that I'm going to sprinkle over top. And then just a little bit of salt. And then you can toss it all up, and it's super easy. Now, once this is done grilling, so you're going to let these all grill at the same time. Like I said, you kind of, salmon cooks really fast, and so your vegetables, if you cut them the right way, they will cook at the same rate, which is awesome.
That is such a good tip. I actually never thought about that, cutting your vegetables differently according to cook time. That's a great tip.
Mm-hmm. So all you have to do is cook these. Cooking on my smoker, I'm cooking them at like 375 degrees because I don't want to crisp them too much. I want them to be nice and tender. Or you could do just like a medium heat on your grill, and you just cook them for a little bit. With salmon, you're going for an internal temperature of like 145. But you can just get a fork and scrape it and see if it's pink and flaky, and then you're good to go. And your vegetables, obviously, you're just cooking until they're as tender as you want them. Now, to finish it all off, you're going to do a little bit more fresh lemon juice just to kind of like brighten all of those flavors back up again. And then you're really good to go. This is great for like a big family barbecue because you could do a big fillet of salmon or chicken or something on one side, and then a big grill basket full of vegetables. And people can just serve up right from your grill. So no dishes, super simple, and you get some veggies too.
I want to come to your house.
I know, right? Come on over. You can play with my barking puppy.
It looks so good, Lindsey. If someone doesn't have a grilling basket for those veggies, what could they use? Is there something else you could use instead?
Yeah, the best thing you can do is just get some foil like this, maybe even like double stack it, and then just kind of like roll the sides up a little bit. And all you have to do is put them on that. So you just roll it up so that the flavors kind of stay in there, and then just toss it around on that. And then there's even less dishes because it's just all foil that gets thrown away.
Just great colors, very easy. Lindsey, do you find yourself grilling more this time of year?
Oh, absolutely. We have this meal at least a couple of times a week. Like I said, I'll switch the salmon out for chicken or even steak sometimes, but we'll just throw whatever veggies I've got on hand in the grill basket or just on the grill, and whatever meat with a little bit of different seasoning sometimes. And like I said, it's no dishes. We just sit in the backyard, we dish up right from there, and it's super simple but really delicious.
And it looks very healthy, but I have to ask, I have to balance it out. Any ideas on a yummy dessert?
Oh, on desserts for this, you could totally put like a cobbler or something in here, or even if you just grilled like peaches when peach season comes around, or you could even, if you cleaned your grill basket out or did some clean foil, you could do a couple of berries in there just to kind of like liven the flavors up a little bit and do some like fresh whipped cream or something. I'm gonna do that next.
You always have really great ideas. Looks like a wonderful 4th of July barbecue. Lindsey, where can we get more information about everything that you're doing? And speaking of which, what have you been able to do during this time?
I've been doing a lot of classes just like this, so you can see directly into my kitchen or my porch, and we can do classes one-on-one, so you can find more about those classes at lkcooking.com, or you can see more of what I'm doing on the day-to-day, like grilling, at lkcooking on Instagram and Facebook.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much, Lindsey, for joining us from your porch, showing us a great idea to grill for our 4th of July, or really any summer barbecue. We really appreciate you taking the time to be with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And have a great 4th of July.
Thanks, you too.
All right, we'll be back with more here on Mountain Connections after this.